The most painful part about the breakup is knowing that the person that you broke up with moved on too fast. So a quick illustration, a lady was dating a guy, they dated for a couple of years, and the guy eventually broke up with her, maybe one or two reasons. And the guy started dating somebody within few weeks to months, and before maybe a year or two, the person's already married. Meanwhile, this person dated you for a longer time. And there is a pain that comes from the breakup, and it's not the fact that it's not even the breakup anymore. So it's not about the fact that the person might have never really loved you, which now makes it more hurtful because it means that you wasted your time with somebody who was never really into you. Now the question begs, how do you heal from situations like that? Stay with me for the next couple of minutes and I will explain this to you. Hello, welcome to my Breath of Hope podcast. My name is Victor Akan, and today, as I cited earlier, I'm going to be walking those who have gone through a series of heartbreaks and the person moved on, too fast with another person. I'll be touching on those issues. Now, the question is, how do you heal? Before we address how you heal, one thing that we must take note of are different reasons why the person moved on too fast. Because a lot of times, people have, questions like, why did he move on too fast? Is it that he never loved me? That is usually what people settle with because that is their greatest fear. So people would always settle in the area of their greatest fear. He didn't really love me, and so that was why he moved on too fast. What are some of the reasons why people move on too fast? Number one, people move on too fast because they never really loved you. I would explain. The way the heart works is such that a lot of times there can only be space for one person. So even a man that has multiple wives, out of those multiple wives, the man is always going to have a favorite, okay? And so a lot of times, there's only one space for one person. There's only space big enough for one person. Every other person that comes after that person is going to get the crumbs of what's left. So this means that if, a man is dating multiple people, a woman is dating multiple people, there's always going to be one person that she's going to show the most affection to. In the same way, think about the heart like a tenancy, right? Like a landlord giving rent to somebody. There's a maximum number of people you can rent, certain flats to. When a man has broken up with a woman, vice versa, the fact that somebody breaks up with you doesn't mean that the space automatically becomes empty. It doesn't mean that. It's really just a case of the person is learning to move on, but you are still in his heart. She is still in your heart. And so when the person eventually gets a new partner too fast, it could just be that there was never really space in his heart for you. It could just be that. That's one way. Two, it could be that the person is just trying to get a rebound. Now, what does this mean? This just simply means that he or she is trying to move on too fast. He's trying to distract himself. So sometimes the way people, heal from hurt is that they heal by distracting themselves. So you just broke up with me. I feel hurt. I feel bad. I can't stand to deal with the hurt. So what do? I'll go and start womanizing, carrying different women up and down. That is my way of dealing with it. Or I'll go and start dating somebody else as a way to deflect from the pain and the hurt that I feel. So it could be that they love you, but they're just trying to get a rebound. Now, it can also be a trauma response. I will explain. There are some people that they detach too easily. So they might say that they love you, and maybe they did, but they don't know how to attach their emotions to something for too long. So the moment the thing has, they started seeing signs that this relationship will spoil, they've already started finding ways to detach. And so once they are done with you, it's not that they didn't love you, they have already started detaching since. The moment they saw sign of trouble, they already started detaching. And so after the relationship ended, they were already almost detached, and so they detached completely and moved on faster than you expected them to. Now, people have different reasons why they move on. Some people just moved on. So a woman broke up with a guy. She was 32. okay, met another person, they dated 6 months. That woman just had a tight deadline. She needed to get married quickly. She still loved, the man, but she needed to marry to move on, right? Not marry to move on, but marry because of, age wasn't on her side. So sometimes it's that they didn't love you, but even more times than not, it's not a case of they didn't love you. It's that they were either trying to have a rebound to forget the pain and the hurt, or they just had tight deadlines. Now, what should your response be to people who moved on too fast? Number one, detach yourself from the situation. Part of maturity is understanding that people will have different reasons for doing certain things, and regardless of how you feel, you can understand, accept, and let go. And this just simply means that the same way you're learning how to cope with a breakup is the same way the other person is learning how to cope, your significant other is learning how to cope with the breakup, or your former significant other. Now, that just simply means that you might choose to maybe start diet, go on vacation, exercise, hit the gym, all of those things as a way of coping mechanism. The other person, though I don't support it, but his or her own way might be to just enter a new relationship. So it might just be a coping mechanism. It might have totally nothing to do with you, just a coping mechanism. Now, your job is to detach from the situation. How do you detach from the situation? By seeing things the same way, you apply it to yourself. In this case now, a way to move on, a coping mechanism. The person might just be trying to move on. Why? Because this is the person's own way of processing the hurt and the pain. And you might ask, what if it isn't the person's way of processing? What if the person's way of moving on? What if the person never really loved me? Then the person never really loved you. It's painful, it's a painful truth, but it's a truth that you would have to accept over time, right? How do you accept that truth? By allowing yourself to feel like you need to get to that point where you feel like it's absolutely okay that this person never really loved me. It hurts, but it's absolutely okay. I'm going to take it as one of those lessons to learn from life. Okay, what do I mean by lessons? Okay, why was I with somebody that never really loved me and it didn't hit me? What are the ways I can learn from this thing? There's something about pain, and it's that pain with purpose is something that is easy to heal from. I will explain. Let us say, for example, you caught maybe malaria, right? And you have to be given injection. Injection is painful, okay? Now, but you know that this injection is for a purpose. It's to make the sickness go away. Now, what does this mean? This just simply means that when you understand the pain, that's the purpose for the pain you get from the injection, you can deal with it better. Now, as opposed to me just coming to inject you every single time, you feel like I'm traumatizing you. Do you understand? Why? Because you can't find a specific purpose to why I should be injecting you every day. You feel like I'm violating you. So at the end of the day, attach your pain to a purpose. This person never really loved you. Okay, it's a lesson. What do I learn from this lesson? Okay, it makes the healing process easier. It makes the healing process faster. What's the next step after that? Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Have goals. Have personal goals that you find that fulfill you, that makes you feel like you're a high achiever. Don't distract yourself, but just have a purpose that fuels you. That fuels you basically. Work on yourself. Get that gym plan. Take that gym plan more seriously. Take your relationship with God more seriously. All right? But just work on your healing. Focus on yourself. Understand that the person that hurt you is in the past. And so your job is not to concern about his motives anymore or her motives anymore. Your job is to concern about your own future. So work on yourself. And that's all I have for today. If this has helped you so far, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to also share and like and comment. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye.